First at 5, a look at a proposed pay raise the Madison School Board is considering for those who serve on the school board.
And if you're sending someone off to college or they're entering the workforce, how to get them started on sound financial footing.
And recommendations from public health officials in Rock County after mosquitoes there test positive for West Nile virus.
You're watching News 3 now at 5. And first tonight, the Madison Metropolitan School District Board is looking to increase pay for itself.
At this week's meeting, the board began discussing a stipend raise. Our Ellie LaLiberte breaks down what it would look like and why board members say it's needed.
At the last MMSD board meeting, a majority of members indicated they're in favor of potentially doubling their pay, a move that hasn't happened in the past decade.
I think it's reasonable to look at the compensation amount.
Nichelle Nichols is the MMSD school board president. She says due to the workload of overseeing the second largest district in the state, it's time to talk about a raise. Right now, board members make $8,000 a year, and the board president makes $300 more. At Monday's meeting, members floated raising that number to $15,000 a year. Let's compare Madison's pay to other districts in the state. Milwaukee board members make about $18,000 a year. Green Bay's at about $7,500, and Kenosha makes $6,500. Board member Martha Saravo says the increase is also needed as uncertainty hangs over the Department of Education.
It really makes us have to step up and take on some more workload of what is already expected as a board member.
This after voters approved 2 multi-million-dollar referenda last November.
And we have to weigh the balance between what we've said to the community in terms of what we need to operate the district well, and also think about how board members play a critical role in decision-making and stewarding the district's direction.
Nichols says the Madison board is able to determine its own compensation, and the stipend is already built into the general operating budget.
Board compensation overall isn't going to take significant resources away.
A more completed plan on the stipend is expected to be introduced as a budget amendment at the September meeting.
Ellie, thank you. There's also a proposal to add health and dental insurance. Initial estimates show that could cost the district between $82,000 and $220,000 a year.
We have just a few days left in our back to school drive, and you can still have a chance to help us stuff the bus. News 3 Now and the Boys and Girls Club in Dane County are partnering again to collect donations and school supplies for students in need from now through Friday. We're looking for new or gently used school supplies, backpacks, pencils, folders, you name it. All the essential things needed by preschoolers through 12th graders. And the bus will be at Hilldale Shopping Center this Friday to collect donations.
After days of rain and storms, things are drying out a bit. Meteorologist Savannah Brito has the first warn forecast.
Well, we're going to expect dry conditions to continue now through at least Friday early morning. Temperature dropping to 70 at 9 p.m. and then we'll continue to see temps drop 66 by 11 p.m. and then heading into the midnight hour, 65. We're still going to fall another 5 degrees. Nighttime temperatures fall to about 60, and some of us might even see the upper 50s. I think that's mainly going to be west and northwest of Madison. Dry conditions tomorrow. Friday morning is when we could see a few showers return. I think the better chance holds off though until later, and more specifically even Saturday morning. That's going to stick around though Sunday and even into early next week, because we do have a stationary front that's going to stall to our south, and that allows us to get back to a little bit more of an active pattern, not only for Friday later in the day and the night, but then over the weekend and into early next week until that front continues to move further away from us. And then we are expecting drier weather conditions to return. That's as early as midweek next week.
All right, Savannah, thank you. UW-Madison responding to recently uncovered documents showing it purchased more than a dozen dogs from the troubled beagle breeder, Ridgeland Farms. Those purchases took place over the course of 2 years. Now, when asked if they condone what animal rights activists have called animal abuse at the Blue Mounds facility, UW saying, quote, if animals showed signs of poor condition or mistreatment, the university would take issue with that and find another supplier, end quote. While confirming UW previously bought dogs from Ridgeland, the university did not go on to say if they have continued to do so or not.
Community leaders, volunteers all gathered today at the Badger Prairie Needs Network to celebrate the organization's 40th anniversary and the opening of a brand new facility expansion. The event recognized the dedication of volunteers and the growing need for food assistance in Dane County. Local officials, including Governor Tony Evers and County Executive Melissa Agard, praised the network's impact and the dedication of its volunteers.
You know, over the years, I've been seeing firsthand what makes this community so special. It's the compassion, resilience, and the people. And no better is the commitment exemplified than the partners here at the Badger Prairie Needs Network.
Organizers say the expansion will allow the network to serve even more families in need.
Rock County Public Health says mosquitoes in the area have tested positive now for West Nile virus, the first positive result in the county. No human cases have been reported there, but someone up in Barron County in the northern part of the state tested positive last month. The Department of Health Services says watch out for the symptoms of fever, headache, fatigue, muscle aches, and rash. They recommend using bug spray with DEET and staying indoors around sunset and sunrise.
A Madison man has been arrested after allegedly breaking into a car by using a large rock on University Avenue. Shorewood Hills police were on their way yesterday when it was reported that the man smashed the driver's side window to get into the car. Officers took him into custody before he could start the car, and the man is now facing charges of entry into a locked vehicle, property damage, and disorderly conduct.
Madison police are investigating after a woman allegedly stabbed a man yesterday morning along Atticus Way. That's on the city's south side. Officers say the couple was intoxicated and that the woman poked the man's chest with a knife and allegedly tried to throw a pot of boiling water on him. He suffered minor injuries but did not go to the hospital. The woman was arrested for domestic disorderly conduct, battery, and reckless endangerment.
The woman accused of attacking a Madison Metro bus driver in February, causing that bus to crash into the Asian House restaurant, has pleaded guilty.
26-year-old Raven Johnson pleaded guilty to felony second-degree recklessly endangering safety and attempted battery to a public transit operator. Prosecutors say Johnson attacked the bus driver back in February after they said the route was not going where she wanted to go. Because of the attack, the driver lost control and crashed into the Asian House on Dempsey Road. Johnson's sentencing hearing is scheduled for October 10th. Metro Transit coming to Verona. That'll start on Sunday. The new Route D2 will provide all-day bus services that run every 30 minutes on weekdays and 60 minutes on nights and weekends. Paratransit services are also available. It connects riders to the Ice Age National Scenic Trail, Verona Park and Ride, and Verona Area High School. You can pay virtually or by credit card or pick up a pass at Verona City Hall.
The Department of Transportation has launched what it says is a faster, more secure system for air travel complaints. The DOT says the previous complaint system relied on 30-year-old technology. The DOT says that slowed the process for airlines and ticket agents to get copies of complaints and work on resolving them. A new online system will automatically notify relevant parties of a complaint in real time. The DOT recommends people attempt to resolve their issue directly with the airline or travel agency before filing a complaint.
If you have a recent high school grad about to head to college or enter the workforce for the first time, it is important to provide them with a strong financial foundation. For parents, the first step often involves discussing who pays for items like rent, textbooks, meals, entertainment, or even contributions to household expenses. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger has some other tips on how to set them up for success.
What we want to do is have the kids really start to say, what's all the income that is coming in? I have a work study if I'm in college, maybe I have part-time income. If I've got my first job out there in the labor force, how much am I earning? And track what you are spending. That is a habit that is adaptable and can really change as you get older. Once you have that down, you have the young adult responsible for the money coming in and the money going out.
And there are a variety of apps they suggest that can help you track your spending, including Rocket Money and others. Experts say you can also use a spreadsheet for those expenses.
Well, the only thing better than free burgers is baseball.
Brewers had a chance to win that 12th straight game today. Sports director Andrew Banster joins us now to tell us how this really relates to free hamburgers here.
Yeah, Eric and Susan, the George Webb restaurant in Milwaukee has the best promotion in sports. If the Brewers win 12 straight games, everyone, and I mean everyone that wants them, gets free hamburgers. So let's get to grilling. The Brewers had an early lead, but the Pirates started catching up. 6-5 the score. William Contreras crushed a slider, scoring two more, starting the celebration. The Crew win it 12-5, putting their grill mark on the rest of the league with their 12th straight win. And for the third time since 1989, it is free burgers for all at George Webb Restaurant, who say that they'll announce that giveaway date soon.
So if you weren't on the Brewers bandwagon before,
Yes.
you will be
Now you are.
Andrew, thank you. Just ahead, Savannah comes back with a complete look at your first warn forecast.
And from ruined clothing to insurance claims, a closer look at the challenges facing those trying to recover from weekend flooding in the Milwaukee area.
We're getting corny up here in Sun Prairie. We previewed the Sweet Corn Festival kicking off with the parade tonight next.
And talk about rate cut from the Fed triggers a spike for stocks on Wall Street. The Dow up almost 464 points. The Nasdaq gains 31 and change. S&P adds 21. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Well, nearly 80 tons of sweet corn will be served in Sun Prairie this weekend.
That's right. Over the next 5 days, bands, food, and vendors will take over Angel Park. Our Armand Rahman joins us now from the streets of Sun Prairie with a look ahead at this festival. Armand?
That's right, Eric and Susan. Steam it, cream it, cob it, put it in a stew. However you enjoy your corn, it is on display here, on stage, you might say, at the Sweet Corn Festival here in Sun Prairie. It's a 5-day-long festival put on by the Chamber of Commerce. And, of course, the main attraction, the big feature, 80 tons of Wisconsin-grown sweet corn that's actually steamed right here on site. The old cannery that was here in Sun Prairie actually donated a building and some equipment, and so the volunteers will spend a lot of the day Friday and Saturday just steaming that corn in a lot of 120-degree heat. But for people to enjoy there, the steamed corn only given out Saturday and Sunday, and while supplies last, so you got to make sure that you get here, and you get here early for that. You don't want to be at the bottom of the shuck when it comes to getting the corn here. So tonight will be the parade that kicks off the 5-day festival. That starts at 6 o'clock here. Just under an hour we'll be here for all of the corny fun throughout the evening here. For now, reporting live in Sun Prairie, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
All right, Armand, thank you. It's time to check in now with your first warn forecast.
Here's meteorologist Savannah Brito.
Well, dry weather conditions are going to luckily continue into Thursday. That's before more rain chances increase. Friday could see a few. We'll walk you through that, but I think the best chance holds off until over the weekend. We've got the upper 80s to end the week. It's possible in a couple spots across southern Wisconsin Friday. More likely, though, widespread upper 80s, maybe even a couple of 90s on Saturday. We'll fall through the rest of the evening and tonight. Temperatures expected to drop to about 60 tonight. I think a couple spots, though, could even drop into the mid to upper 50s. Similar to what we had earlier today waking up with. And then tomorrow afternoon, a couple clouds come into play. Winds are back out of the south. That'll warm us up a couple degrees past what we saw this afternoon. Those temperatures get up to about the lower 80s, maybe a couple spots as early as the mid 80s. But like I said, I think that's more likely to follow that. Then the shower chances for Friday. Thursday night into Friday, I think we could see a few. It's more likely for areas up near La Crosse, Viroqua, maybe Boscobel. We're expecting quiet weather, and most of these showers are expected to fizzle out actually once they cross the Mississippi and travel further into southern Wisconsin. So I even think the lunchtime hour on Friday, mostly dry. I just think we'll have more cloud cover and slightly warmer temperatures, definitely warmer dew points during that time frame as well. A little bit of wildfire smoke that's going to move in. You can see the blues, light to even moderate levels just to our north. This is expected to increase then as we head for Thursday and the rest of Friday. I think hazy conditions are going to continue. Not as bad as what we have previously seen the earlier parts of summer, though. As far as humidity, little humid, that can be expected. Those conditions tomorrow afternoon and evening, but they ramp up on Friday and into the weekend. That's when they come up to at least 70, maybe even 75-degree dew points again, unfortunately, over this upcoming weekend. That'll take us into early next week. With the humidity that returns, so do our storm chances. So a stationary front that's going to stall across northern Illinois just to our south. That'll allow us to get into a little bit more of an active pattern with shower chances sticking around not only for Saturday and Sunday over the weekend, but even into early next week too. So that includes Monday and Tuesday before drier weather conditions are expected to return as that front moves away from us and not necessarily overhead anymore. That's when you can expect our pattern to turn quiet again, and I do think that'll happen mid to late week next week. Temperatures during that time frame are also expected to drop, maybe even a couple of mid-70s. We're expecting the upper 70s, though, as early as Tuesday, but more comfortable weather will return Wednesday. Our dew points are going to be lower as well. And check out our nighttime temperatures. 61 next Tuesday night, next Wednesday night, 59. I think a lot of us will actually fall into the upper 50s, and then a few of us, mainly west and northwest of Madison, may even see the temperatures drop during the night anyways, down into the mid-50s. So the next couple of nights comfortable, and then we have to get through the weekend into early next week before we start to see more comfortable afternoon temps and nighttime temperatures as well.
All right, Savannah, thank you. The Wilson Street corridor in Madison will be opening after a series of construction projects over roughly 7 years. A ribbon cutting ceremony will take place next Wednesday at Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard and Wilson Street, where the space leads into Monona Terrace. The work to reconstruct the corridor ran a budget of $17.5 million, with federal funds helping cover some of the costs.
And traffic on East Doty will go down to one lane Monday for a paving project. Asphalt repair starts at 7 a.m. They'll likely be done by about 3:30 in the afternoon. The project area runs from Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard through the South Pinckney Street intersection. Buses will stop at West Doty, and access to Novo Apartments will stay open. Drivers should detour using King Street to East Wilson Street.
There's something a little different about the school buses in the Wisconsin community of Seymour. 21 buses in the Seymour School District are fueled by propane, saving the district money, and administrators say it helps the environment. Bluebird Alternative Fuels manager Steve Whaley says propane is less expensive than gas and diesel, both of which can leak and lead to contamination. Propane, on the other hand, evaporates.
It's greener, it's quieter, it's saves fuel. It's just a better product all the way around.
These new buses may mean warmer mornings during Wisconsin winters, and Cobuson hopes that they could be used in more school districts across the state.
So to come at 5, the recovery process from weekend flooding in the Milwaukee area continues. We'll check in on the challenges that many are facing.
Plus, the Mad City water ski team and the Rock Aqua Jays again show they are the best in the nation. A recap from Janesville still to come.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Well, for some in Milwaukee, the floodwater is starting to recede. Basements are starting to dry out.
But the challenges are only just beginning as people try to replace what was lost or pay for what's been damaged.
Now, some fear a tricky insurance process. Others are facing thousands of dollars in out-of-pocket costs, and many more are worried about basic needs like hot water and clean clothes.
Adam Reif reports from Milwaukee.
It's right there. I lost everything.
We met Louis Ladney because the pile of flood-damaged property at his curb was unfortunately the biggest on his street.
A water heater, $2,300. A furnace, over $4,000.
Louis also needs to shop for a new washer and dryer, going without clean clothes for now. He took us inside his basement.
I'm a little slow because I had a stroke.
We're a top-of-the-line system. 4 pumps could not clear water fast enough.
Everything was lost. What can I do now?
He's one of thousands of people looking at an uncertain, scary, and costly recovery.
Do you see the line over here? It's the highest wall.
Ramon Cerna's wife has cancer and uses a scooter. It was damaged in their flooded garage. They're unsure how she'll get around now. Jesse Ruiz has been throwing out everything in his basement, a challenge after arm surgery. He said he has pretty good insurance coverage, but he's still worried.
It ain't much because insurance adjuster seems kind of hesitant.
Still, he, his wife, and 4 children are holding on. A neighbor, Nurul Islam bin Nur Alam, was trying to dry out his car, which had stopped working.
When he came home after work, he found out that his car was this much.
His family's basement was also drying out after taking on several feet of water. Nurul speaks Rohingyan. His daughter interpreted for us. He pays for car insurance and home insurance, but is not sure how to navigate the next steps.
And sometimes he cannot afford it.
Yeah.
And he also doesn't know how to speak English.
Yeah.
So he needs a translator.
Thank you, Adam. Other residents in the flood-damaged areas say people have been looting their damaged belongings that are sitting at the curb. They said that feels disrespectful, like adding insult to injury as they wait for city crews to clear the streets.
And we'll have a final check of the weather when we come back.
The sweet sound that keeps a remote town in Idaho going. We'll take you there. And tonight's Eye on America takes us back to Maui, 2 years after the devastating wildfires. We meet a man who's inspiring people to push forward. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Coming up tonight at 6, we continue following an arrest video that has spurred controversy in Sun Prairie.
And here's Savannah, final check of the forecast.
Dry weather conditions continue into Thursday, and our temperatures tomorrow afternoon once again getting into the lower, maybe even a couple spots, top out in the mid-80s across southern Wisconsin. I just think that's more likely Friday, but that's also when we're going to see clouds increase. We fall to 63 tomorrow night. It's a little bit warmer than what we're expecting this evening. Temperatures climb all the way up to 88 on Saturday. A couple spots may even reach 90, and that's also when our best chances for storms return. Some of those could be on the stronger side. It'll take us into Sunday because a stationary front stalls to our south. That keeps rain and storm chances around at least through early next week. I think by mid to late week next week, that's when our temperatures drop and weather conditions dry out. That's for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday next week.
All right, Savannah, thank you. Big shout out to our local water skiing teams, the Mad City Ski Team, with some serious waves at the 2025 Division I Show Ski Nationals down in Janesville, flipping, flying, and dancing their way to a second-place finish against the nation's very best. And the hometown Rock Aqua Jays took the title. Mad City's Gabby Tauscher snagged the Female MVP award. They also scored top honors for their ballet act, the highest scoring routine of the entire tournament, plus best jump, best sound crew, and you can still catch the state champs in action at Law Park the next 3 Sundays before the river ices over.
Boy, congratulations to all of them.
It is amazing when you see this stuff they can do. Everybody should go out and see a show because they are talented. No doubt about it.
It's 5:30. It's the peak of the rush hour right now, and we're keeping an eye on a crash on the Beltline. It's near Fish Hatchery Road and Todd Drive. This is a live picture. At least traffic is moving now. When we showed you at 4, it was at a standstill. But the DOT says all of the lanes are open, but traffic is still backed up.
That's right, and we'll keep you posted as well when we come back in a half hour. News Free Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.
You can always find us streaming 24/7 on Channel 3000+. Have a good evening, everybody.